Welcome to Butterflies of Wisdom, everyone. Today I have Riley with me, and she is a graphic designer. And so without further ado, I'm going to let Riley take it away.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having me on. It's quite an honor.
You are welcome.
I'm excited to be here. Like you said, my name is Riley Hutchins, and I own a small graphic design and illustration studio in Basalt, Colorado. And my primary expertise is in branding and marketing of consumer packaged goods. I do branding and marketing of all kinds, but that's packaged goods and natural products industry is just where I've developed a bit of a niche. And what I love about what I
let me back up here. When you say natural products, do you mean disposable boxes?
No. So I work with companies. Typically, when I come in, it's usually with entrepreneurs who have an idea for a product, like a yogurt or a beverage or a drink or something, and they seek out my help to help create a brand personality and how to get onto the shelves in places like Whole Foods or your local grocery store. Yeah. So, every company has a personality just like people. The only difference is that I typically work with a group of people or an entity to help establish and define that personality so that we can create a clear and concise idea of who their company is and a personality that will come to mind when the consumer thinks of that company's brand. Like some companies.
I get it.
Yeah. So some, like some people are thoughtful and spiritual, some are witty and quirky, and the same goes for companies. So the fun part for me is to work with that client and help them figure out what part of themselves and by extension their company they want to portray to the world, and then how that comes out in, let's say, a logo or packaging or marketing materials, all that.
No, thank you for explaining that. So you not only put the face behind the company, but you make it unique.
Well, yeah, I mean, the company themselves are unique, but I help them kind of pull out what aspects of their product and their own personalities are already there, and then how does that come across visually, and what kind of brand voice they have and that sort of thing.
Well, that being said, what has been your favorite company that you have worked with?
Oh gosh, that is hard.
See?
That's like
your favorite child question.
Yeah, it is. It's like picking my favorite child. A lot of my clients, not most, but a lot of my clients I've been working with for so many years, and I have long relationships with them, which have turned into friendships, and I've watched them grow. Right now, one of those being Inner Eco Probiotics, Wacky Apple, organic apples. I've been working with them for a long time and feel like I have developed quite a relationship with all these people along the way.
Yes. So you can't necessarily pick your favorite client success story here.
No. I'll plead the fifth.
No.
I love them all.
Yes. We're not playing favorites here. And so what made you go into graphic design in the first place? Was it a childhood calling, or was it something you just said, okay, I'm going to graphic design school?
I've always had an interest in art. I've always loved drawing, and illustration is a big part of my business as well. And so my father, I can credit him with this, said, let's figure out how you're going to make money doing that. So I went to art school and found a love for graphic design and illustration. So I guess it was a calling. I guess I always knew I was going to do it.
Okay. So very smart father saying you need to make money off your passion. So, and
yes,
he probably
pragmatic.
told you that at a young age. He probably told you that at a young age.
Yes. Dads are good like that.
Yeah, dads are good like that. And I'm going through a career change right now, and I'm pursuing my passion for journalism.
Great.
That's my family.
Good for you.
Knows that. And so fashion journalism to be exact, and I didn't realize that fashion journalism is very similar to graphic design in a way, because you have to draw, and although I have artistic bone in my body, I'm very artistic, but I didn't realize a drawing component of fashion journalism. I guess you have to not only do well with pictures, you have to do well composing the articles behind the fashion. So I'm really excited about that. And so I wanted to ask you, okay, I know that the graphic design industry is really lucrative. So I wanted to ask you to tell my audience what would be your best advice for the new grad who's listening to this podcast and who has just got a graphic design degree, and what would be your best advice?
Well, first and foremost, just go for it and just start creating. I think it takes a long time to establish your own voice, and so the more you can produce, whether that be passion projects or stuff for family and friends, just always be doing a little something. And along the way, you'll figure out who you are as a graphic designer or illustrator, because sometimes that's the biggest hurdle is in the beginning, you're kind of looking at what everybody else is doing. And you have to figure out who you are as an individual. So, and the other thing I would say is listen to your clients. Sometimes when you're just starting out, you think that you know what's best for them, but the truth of the matter is that the person who knows their company the best is the owner of that company and the client.
Yeah.
So if you can listen to them and then bring forth that personality and that idea in the best way possible, that's something that takes some experience as well.
Well, that's beautiful and nice, and quite frankly, do not go guns blazing with what you think is going to be good for your client. Also, do not put a pencil in that hand and go full tilt. Stop and listen to your client.
Right, yeah. I mean, you can bring your own voice forward, but I think you need to start from a place of understanding what it is that they're looking for so that you can marry their voice and yours and create something that is unique to their company.
Oh, you said that more eloquently than I did. So we want to, those of us, those who are listening to this podcast with the pencil in their hands, stop, listen to your client, stop this podcast, and possibly email your client and say, what do you want me to do? Because it's easy to get the pencil in your hand and go full tilt with that pencil in your hand. I know as an artist
Yeah.
on my end, and I know as an artist on your end, it's so easy to get taken away by those beautiful colors and by those by a piece of paper that sometimes you have to stop and listen.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because you want to make your clients happy. That way they can return to you and possibly give you a referral too.
Right. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. So, okay, I know you don't have this question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What has been your biggest entrepreneurial success, and what has been your greatest life lesson?
Well, I guess those are kind of combined. I guess my greatest entrepreneurial success and my greatest lesson are both learning that finding balance is the most important, and it's taken me a while to figure out how to have a career and be creative, but also have a life with my family. I have 2 small children. So I guess realizing the importance of both and figuring out how to balance those.
So basically, work-life balance.
Well, I get to work from home, and I work when my children are at school, and so I only take on enough work to keep myself sane so that I can be happy and not stressed out when my children come home. But I also want to be proud of the work that I'm doing. So I think I finally figured out that graphic design is the perfect avenue for having a nice life-work balance and being a mother.
Because it's flexible enough that if you have to go into the classroom, thank you very much, to deliver snack or see a play, that you can go to that classroom and be a mom.
Right, and my studio is in my house, so if it's taking away from time from the kids, I can wake up and at 4 o'clock in the morning and work like mad until they get up in the morning. So a lot of people don't have the flexibility like that. So I'm really happy to do what I do and live where I live.
No, yeah. And the beauty of Basalt, Colorado, you're only 45 minutes away from me. And the beauty of Colorado in general, you can get out within 5 minutes and go for a hike. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not so many graphic designers can do that. So
I know. We're lucky, right?
We're very lucky. We're very lucky. And for those of you who listen to the episode today with my boss, I also teach violin, so I know how
you're busy.
difficult work-life balance is, and I have experience when the parents don't show up. You're lucky enough that you have a flexible job. That's why I like parents with flexible jobs, to be quite honest with you. So when we have those all-school plays and when we have those all-school activities, the parents can at least show up. But enough about motherhood and enough about graphic designing. What is your favorite podcast, if you have one?
Oh, I listen to all different kinds. I think I told you I love Malcolm Gladwell's Revisionist History. It's so well researched and so thought provoking. What he does is take instances and take another look at them and kind of change your perspective on it. And I just love all of the work that he does. So that's probably my favorite one right now.
Yes. That's, that's a good one. I haven't listened to that one.
Oh,
So,
great.
I have a question for you. What is your favorite technology tool that you use in your business every single day? Whether it be your math computer or whether it be Photoshop. Thank you very much.
Oh, I use Adobe Illustrator every day, and probably use it too much. I love it. It's almost a problem.
She admits the problem with Adobe Illustrator. Yep. The Adobe suite is pretty cool.
It's the best, but I'm finding more and more that I'm missing just a pencil and pen.
She admits it. She's a traditional graphic artist. She doesn't like this technology side of graphic design work.
Oh, I do love it. I love it.
You do love both of it. And so before I let you go to get back to your beautiful graphic design work, and I want you to tell everyone where they can find you, and then I'm going to turn the mic on you and have you ask me 2 to 3 questions that you've been interested to ask me.
Well, thank you. You can find me at my website, which is RileyHutchens.com, RileyHutchens.com. And my question for you is, I know you're working on a new book, and I'm just curious what all ideas you have for books.
Do you mean where I get them, or do you mean
well, the one you're most excited about,
do you mean,
I guess.
The one I'm most excited about is my second biography, which I'm slowly but surely working on. Slowly but surely. And I got a graphic designer to help me out with the cover finally. I didn't do it myself. I had a little bit of help. And so I'm really excited. I might be changing the cover because of, we'll see. I'm working on a totally different book, which I can't say anything about yet because I'm keeping that a surprise for everyone. But I may use you as my book designer, and I may just bite the bullet and get another graphic designer to design my book covers, because when I design them myself, I'm looking at one right now as we do this interview, my original biography, and they twist my subtitle. So I'm like, graphic designers, step in and help me. So I may use you to do my second book, but we'll see. Well, that's
exciting.
I'm working on another book, and then I'm also excited about my second autobiography. That should be really interesting. And so, yeah.
Well, you are a busy girl.
Well, I tried to be, but yeah, but we'll see what happens.
Well, congratulations.
Well, thank you. And that book, you guys, should be coming out sometime in August, and then the audio version will come out in September. And then Riley and I have been talking offline. We'll just see what she can come up with, and maybe I'll use her so you get to see her work. And as I said, we'll have information on her in the show notes, and this podcast will come out today. So you guys get to hear this podcast as of today. And I appreciate Wiley's time. I know she's extremely busy, but I appreciate her time. And any last closing words, Wiley?
No, just thank you very much. And this was a lot of fun. It was nice to meet you.
Well, thank you very much. And again, you guys, this is near and dear to my heart. The arts is near and dear to my heart. For the past day I've been talking about the arts, so I think I need to do something about it. And so this podcast has been sponsored by Grace by Grit. Grace by Grit is giving you 20% off. And then this podcast is also sponsored by Go Kidder, KATG, or you compose a tweet, they put the hashtag with it, and I hope you guys enjoyed another fabulous episode, and you can find me on Twitter at WinKellyCharles, and I'll see you on Twitter, and give me feedback about this episode, and then we can work from there. Thanks to you guys.